Hello everybody, it's your boy the Almighty Green Talent bringing you a video from last night's victory. The Eagles played the Baltimore Ravens at Baltimore, which was a not an all-thrilling victory in a preseason game, but you would expect what you would think you would expect a little bit more. But before I get right into the video, don't forget to comment, like, and share, and subscribe to the video. Please smash the likes and don't forget to comment after the video is complete. Alright, let's go ahead and get down with this margin of victory. 16-3 the Eagles, 16-13 the Eagles won. Both teams scored touchdowns, only one touchdown actually. And the other points were scored by threes. We're gonna get into Jake Elliott later on in the video, but I need to go ahead and get the stats broken down to you guys as far as the quarterbacks for the Philadelphia Eagles victory. Kenny Pickett had 14 of 22 for 89 yards. He had the only touchdown score in this in this victory, 6.4 average, but he was sacked twice in this game, and overall it was just a 87.1, which wasn't bad. And Tyler McKee, you got to remember the Eagles rookie from last year who played really well last year, was 6 for 16 for 39 yards, a 6.5 average, no touchdown, no score, no sacks. He was 1.8 FAN, whatever that is, and the rating, his rating was 45.8. So Pickett had a better rating because of the touchdown score and all that beyond, but it gets the overall thing is just really strange of how that actually went down. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and get with the rushing now. Milton had 9 attempts for 39 yards, a 4.3 average, no score. His long was 39. Then he had Davis Price, who I've never heard and seen of before. Had 6 carries for 34 yards, of 5.7 yard average. And go further on with Shipley, had 7 carries for 23 yards, a 3.3 yard average. His longest was 7. Oh yeah, and David Price longest was 8. Go ahead and put it in there right quick. And then he had Gaineswell, the veteran, had 4 for 23 yards, a 5.3 yard average, and his long was 9. Nichols was 7 for 21 yards, a 3.0 average, and he scored the only it said touchdowns. He scored 1 touchdown. So I guess the Eagles did have 2 touchdowns. I thought they only had 1, but apparently one was ran and 1 was thrown. You know what? That is correct. I know I said earlier in the video that only 1 touchdown was scored. I was wrong. I forgot. The 1 touchdown was rushing and 1 was passing. I forgot about that. I'm glad I was able to correct that error that was said. Okay, and then Kenny Pickett, the quarterback, had 3 for 4 yards, 1.3 average. His longest was 2, and McKee was 2 for 2 yards, 1.0 average. His longest was 1. So I forgot because the first touchdown was scored when they scored the first touchdown. It was 3-0 Baltimore, if I'm correct. And then the Eagles scored. And then the Eagles scored the touchdown, but Jake Elliott missed the extra point. I remember that now. And the receiving part for the Philadelphia Eagles had a bunch of guys receiving, so I'm gonna go and try to cut them all out quick as I can possible, and give you everything that I could think of from this forward on. Okay, Ross was the 3 for 28 yards, 28 yards, a 9.3 average. His longest was 10. Then we had Covey, who was 4 for 25 yards, 6.3 average. His longest was 7. Harris was 2 for 16, 8.0 average. His longest was 11. Then you had Calcaterra, who had 2 catches for 14 yards, a 7.0 average. His longest was 7. Then we had Fordish, whatever his name is, I think I might have butchered his name. Fordish, the tight end, was 1 for 7 yards, 7.0 average, his longest was 7. Anaya Smith, 1 for 7, and I ain't got to say the average because you know the average from that point on. And Shipley was 1 for 7, 7.0 average. He scored a touchdown from the pass. He scored the only touchdown between him and the other guys I'm mentioning at fourth receiving. Wilson with 1 for 7, 7.0, 7 with the longest. And these Oway Nega, whatever his name is, I think I'm about to butcher his name as well. He had 1 for 6, 6.0, longest for 6. Another guy named Watkins, 1 for 5, 5.0 average, longest for 5. Jenkins, the tight end, was 1 for 4, 4.0, 4 went the longest. And User Mazza, I think that's his name. I think I might have butchered his name as well. Had 1 for 3 yard, 3.30 average. And Milton, K. Milton, didn't have none. He the only one that didn't play. Then you had Nagata, 0 for 0, and then you had Nichols, who 1 for -1, -1.0, and he went back. So he's a guy who got receiving yards, but went backwards instead of going forward for positive yards. So that had to do overall, and like I said, and the kick returner, Shipley with two catches for not two catches, two punts, two kick returns for 48 yards. 24 was the average, 9.0, whatever that is. And Gainwell was 1 for 19, 19.0. None of the guys didn't score no touchdowns on kick returns. Punt returns, Anaya Smith was 3 for 13, 4.3. And Covey was 1 for 26, 26.0. He scored, I think, if I remember, he ran one back and one got pushed out of bounds, but he somehow stopped himself and pushed more, got more yards before initial contact to actually knock him out of bounds or tackle for that matter. Okay, now he take the defense. Defense is list kind of long, so bear with me on that. Van Summeren had 5 tackles for loss, 2 solo. Jeremiah Trotter Jr. with 5 tackles, 3 solo, 1 sack. Smith, Nolan Smith, 4 tackles for loss, 1 solo. 4 TOTs, 1 solo, 1 tackle for loss, and he also had a sack. So Jeremiah Trotter Jr. and Nathan both had sacks, along with Johnson, who had 4 TOTs, 2 solo, 1 tackle for loss, and 1 sack, and he had 1 FF. McCollum, 4 tackles, 3 solo, and 1 tackle for loss. Mosfield, whatever his name is, whose name I butchered, had 3 tackles. No solo, no tackle for loss, and no sacks. Job, 3 tackles, 3 TOTs, 1 solo, 0 in that category. And Hunt, the linebacker, with 3 0. Sam with 2 1 0. Tutalupa was 2 1 0, and he also had 1 PD, whatever that is. White, the linebacker, Devin White, with 2 tackles, TOTs, 1 for loss, 0. Hall with 1 0. Ricks with 1 1 0. Okawara, whatever his name is, with 1 1 0, and Ojomo with 1 0. Dean with 1 0, and 1 PD. I think that's PD. Yeah, PD. Go back down so I can find it right quick. Bond with 1-0-0-0. Rogers with 1-1-0-0-0. Booker with 1-1-0-0. Milton Williams with 1-0-0-0. Mattis with 1-1-0-0. Blankenship with 1-0-0-0. Ringo with 1-1-0-0. Mitchell with 0-0-0-0, and he had a PD. And Carter was 0-0-0-0-0-1 PD. So, and the Eagles had, Eagles controlled time of possession. They had 259 total yards. Passing yards was 113. Rushing was 146. First down, they had 24 first downs. 8 penalties. They cleaned up the penalties. No turnovers. 2 sacks. And I mentioned the sack that they already got, who got them. And total plays, 78. So, that is basically all on that as far as statistics concerned. But now, let's talk about Elliott. Elliott missed 3 out of 4 kicks in this game. Should that be a bit of a concern? Maybe, maybe not. Probably because he was rusty, so he probably gonna need these next 2 preseason games to actually get his leg right up under him, because you gotta think about it. Even though when training camp begins, being on the field is different than being on a training camp, because in training camp you're practicing among yourselves. But when you're on the actual field against another player, that can bring some, I'm not gonna say jitters, bring the jitters, but it could bring, some concerns as far as preseason game, because now kickers have to get their leg up under them. So I expect Drake Elliott to rebound in the next preseason game, but he did kick the game winning score, which was the extra point, because when the Eagles got the ball back, they got the ball on a turnover, so that will kind of save their game in that point in the situation. So Asher, that was good when they got the turnover on defense, and they gave them a short field to work with, so they didn't do any first, second, and third down plays. I think they did. I'm not exactly sure, because I had to catch the game on another channel, because I have a live stream app, and the live stream app went off because it said something about copyright and fragments. So whoever was showing the Eagles game probably didn't have ownership or copyright, so it wound up going off, and I had to go on Facebook and look at a live stream that a guy was watching the video, watching the game on one of the Eagles sites. So I had to go there and watch the remaining of the game. And I didn't catch the rest of it. Because, like I said, copyright infringements, and I missed some short minutes of the game, but I was able to catch the fumble that the Eagles caused on defense. I was able to catch that part and the rest of the game going forward. But that's how my night was before watching the game. But overall, the Eagles won the game by 3 points, 16-13. And let me give you guys a little knowledge right quick on this one. This might have been the first Eagles preseason game the Eagles have won in quite some time. Even in Nick Sirianni's first 2 years with the Philadelphia Eagles, he lost both back-to-back preseason games in the 2022 and 23. I'm sorry, 21, 22, 23. This new season. So 21, when he started, he lost his first preseason game. 22, he lost his first preseason game. And last year, so this is the Eagles' first preseason game that they won in the Nick Sirianni era of Eagles, because he's not entering his 4th year with the Philadelphia Eagles. But this is the first preseason game that we actually have won, and I'm actually glad of that, because if you guys remember now, in 2021, we went 9-8. Second year, we lost. I mean, in the second year we won. I mean, we winning game and went to the Super Bowl in the second year. Third year, which was last year, 2023. We start off real extremely slow, but winning game, but winning games by short margin of victories, and I really didn't like last season, so that's why I'm glad that this season should rinse away what happened last year. I'm praying hope that this never comes up again as far as last season, but I brought it up for a reason because those 3 games, those 3 seasons, back to back, their son had never won a preseason game. This is actually the first one, so that's why I brought up those last 3 seasons in his tenure. But this game here lets us know where we're going, because if you got to remember now, in those last 3 seasons, we had a lot of motion. We had motion in 21. I'm sorry, 20. We had motion in 20, 21. I'm sorry, 21. We had motion in 21. We had motion in 22, but no motion in 23. That's why the Eagles went the way they went, because Shane Steichen left last season to become head coach of the Colts. Shane Steichen started calling them games in 21, 22, and 23 is when he left, and that's when the Eagles had a horrible season. So yeah, that's what what this actually based on. So other than that, it was a promising victory for the Eagles to come back and win the game in Baltimore on the road, a hostile environment. Baltimore, 16-13. Like I said, Nick Sirianni, but Jake Elliott needs to work on his kicks. He really needs to. But other than that, guys, you guys enjoy your Saturday. I hope you enjoyed last night's game. Preseason victory by a short margin, but it was a victory. Nothing more could be said about that. Then Elliott needs to work on his kicks. Like I said, he needs to work. Like I said, he had issues kicking those last 3 or 4 kicks, but kicked the game-winning one, which was really mattered the most. But if he had them, if he kicked the last 2 or 3, it would be more points than the 16-point score last night. But it is what it is. We won the game. That would matter the most. And I'm out of here. You guys enjoy like I said, you enjoy your Saturday. I'm definitely going to enjoy mine, because I got a short weekend. And it is what it is. Peace. And I'm out of here. Out.